Welcome back, everybody, to Trickle Sticks Knives. Today, we're going to be going over a recent acquisition of mine. This one's called the Enforcer by Frost Cutlery. I think I might have a new favorite. I'm not sure, but I think I might. And this could be, I'm just going to say it. This is really given the Condor's Revenge a run for its money. So if you're out there and you have Condor's Revenge and you like it because you did what I said to it, like you made sure that all these screws were really tight, and then came to this one and got that where you wanted it, and you're like, wow, I really like this knife, and then you're like, so you're saying the Enforcer's just as good or better than this one? Yes. Yes, I am. It offers, I think this is real wood. I didn't take them off, but it looks like real wood, so I'm going to give it that. I really don't know. Um, yeah. Oh, I'm seeing if I could smell like a wood. I don't smell wood, so I don't know. It looks good. I can tell you that. You know, it could be wood. I don't know. I mean, we'll say no, but it could be. So, yeah. The blade came very sharp, not screaming, but sharp, ready for work. Like I said, this already had, and I don't know if you saw it when I flipped this over, but this one already has had the Trickle Sticks upgrade. So, time to go over the upgrade. On difficulty, let's look at this. So, on difficulty scale, this is like, and the tools required and everything. You're either going to need a grinder. A grinder would probably be best, or a Dremel. The difficulty's like 5 out of, or like a 3 out of 5. Just because you have to do certain things and you need to be a little more proficient with knives, as far as this kind of really irritated me. And it was really hard to get it back together, more or less. So if you're up for a challenge to upgrade this knife your way, this is an excellent candidate. Excellent candidate. So here, I should have brought, I don't know, I should have brought up the pocket clip or what was left of it. So this is how it went. This is going to be a long video, I can tell. So this piece, this black piece right here, it used to go up like this. It used to be a whole piece right here, all the way over. And then it had a pocket clip on that coming down. Well, we know I don't like those pocket clips, so I had to take this piece out, and this is one of those ones where you have to have this, at least this piece that I cut out, and tried my best with it. And for what I did, it doesn't look bad, but you definitely need this this outer edge here, and obviously the screw hole. You can't cut that off, but you need this outer edge because, one, it's an over travel stop. Yeah, an over travel stop. Two, it's kind of holding in more, sort of holding in the nylon. uh, two, well, there's only one on this side. There's two nylon, two different size nylon washers in this, which are very interesting. I swear, if I could only let you see them. I would let you see them because they're like the color of this, like really like, or like maybe this, like a real orangey type of washer, but you could see it was like transparent. You could see through it. So, so yeah, a grinder is probably going to be. You could do this with a hacksaw, but it's going to really not be worth it, I think, or it's going to take you a long time. So you're going to need a Dremel, or I had a bench grinder, which I do not recommend because it really made things difficult. Bench grinder is going to turn that difficulty way up, just because you can't. It just made things really hard. I had to like grip this little piece with like a pair of pliers because I didn't want it to like go shooting across the room. I had to do it the safest way possible. And you can see like you see that shininess there, or just how it looks a little discolored from the like the rat down this way, how it's black, 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 and that looks a little discolored. That's a Sharpie because I kind of had to scrape it up a little bit in here to make this modification work. So I just, did my best at filling it back in to make it not from a distance you wouldn't be able to tell. Again, got to give credit where credit's due. You got to admit that doesn't look that bad for a mod. This had to stay there. This piece has to stay there. And I needed to make somewhat of a straight cut there. And with the bench grinder, it was hard because I had to cut this in half, but I had to do it in a way to leave enough. Like, just if you don't have a Dremel, get a Dremel to do this. That would be my best recommendation. But it is worth it. It is highly worth it. There's a few things on this knife though that are interesting, and I want to go over those now since it's on my mind. So I don't know if this knife is just they just they just thought of this ahead of time or what, but it seems like it's sort of like a self-defense knife, like geared towards that. Cause like right here, it's kind of like sharp, not sharp, but it's definitely pokey. There's like four of them. Hopefully, you can see what's going on there. Trying to get it to focus. So there's that, and then on top it's the same thing, like, and you could tell there, like, very pokey. So it's almost like you could just like hit somebody real quick if you like. These are sharp. Like I'm not even gonna mess around. Like seriously, these are sharp. They're very pokey at the least. And then let's see, where's enough? There's some. Oh, the liner right here. I got to take care of this because it's just a little too much. Having your fingers right here, like if you just go a little forward, you're probably gonna get cut. So I need to go downstairs to the bench grinder and just like literally just dink, just hit it, just so it smooths that out a little bit, and then. Hopefully that'll take care of that problem. So that's why I think this knife, it's called the Enforcer. So I'm thinking this was geared more towards self-defense or something back in the day. Like if you couldn't get the blade out in time, you would at least have like a little poker, or if it was this end, you'd have these little pokers. Like, I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. You can reverse flick this, which is awesome. Yeah, I know this side doesn't, like it's kind of missing as far as like that pocket clip used to be there, but at least I didn't butcher the crap out of that. It was just up here where I just did my best as far as making it look natural, like it's was there before I did anything. But the show side looks great. So yeah, just be aware of those things. Oh, by the way, it has a disc opening if that matters. I could take it or leave it. Leave it probably. I think all the screws are good. At least none of them are sitting proud. Just that one little thing right there. It just needs some sandpaper or a brick or something. Just something to just right there on that point. It's just a little sharp. But that is kind of cool though. I mean, if you know, I put, trickle stick edition upgraded lanyard there. But if it was down in my knife, all I had enough time to do was get this part out. Like, I'm telling you, that'd make somebody, it wouldn't cut them deeply, but I'm telling you, that's going to make somebody bleed. I guarantee it. Like, like, you can see it's not going to go deep, but it would go probably a good, like, I don't know, like a quarter inch to a half inch into somebody if you just so this knife's pretty awesome. The lockup is like a bank vault. Blade centering, sometimes I forget to mention that. On this one, it is a little to the left, but I forget to mention it because it just doesn't matter to me with these knives, or really at all. The only time it's an issue is if it's rubbing really bad, and then I'll try and fix that. But otherwise, man, it's so nice not to care about like having $200 knives and worrying about, oh, gotta get that centering just perfect. Like, that's annoying as crap sometimes. I don't know. I just really enjoy these knives. I mean, I really enjoy these knives. And this is a, pretty decent thick metal. So it has a little bit of weight to it, making this a real nice long video. Whenever I do a frost video, man, you guarantee, I try to remember to make them extra long because there's not too many of these videos out there. Like, there's some, but there's really not. Like, they're lacking. I almost want to leave this over here because, I don't know, I was having trouble weighing before. So we'll see what happens this time. That looks about right, 5.4. That's what I would have guessed. I was going to guess 6. Yeah, 5.4, because you can tell it just has a little bit of weight to it. Easy to slow roll, easy to reverse flick when you get it. And it's locked up like a bank vault, dude. Like, for the, I guess I'm surprised for nylon, for it running on nylon, it's running well. And I do like it. So I highly recommend this knife, and I might have to do a versus video with this Condor's Revenge because that's how good this knife is. It's like, immediately this came out of my pocket. I was like, well, I was having trouble getting it out of my pocket. That's how good this one is. But now I got this one. Now I got 2. And they're kind of completely different. I mean, you can see in this picture down here, and just so you know, this knife is much bigger than this picture right here. Just throwing that out there. I'm using this picture as an example. Just putting that out there, and now I need a drink of coffee. All right. So yeah, I totally gave this the Trickle Sticks upgrade because I do not like tip down. If tip down doesn't bother you, then this one's pretty much good to go. Just throw a lanyard on it. You don't even need to do that, I guess, since you already have a clip. but I do this for two reasons. I've said it multiple times, but I do feel like I need to say it again and again and again, because if you're going to put lanyard, put a useful one on there. This is why I did it, just so I can more or less one-handed get that on there on my wrist, you know what I'm saying? And I'm able to do this. Basically, I'm able to have a little more security around my wrist, or you can, come in the other way. However you want to do it, as far as it being secure. But it does offer some security, as far as if you're really doing some work for a long time, or this is really good, or a really good reason why you would want it set up like this. Let's say you're doing kind of 2 or 3 things at a time, like where you have to do multiple things, but you need both hands and you can't hold the knife anymore, but you're going to need it in a second. What you can do is just kind of let it let's say the table wasn't there. You could just let this dangle off of your wrist, and then when you're ready to go again, there you go. It's right there. It's ready to go. So hopefully that's trying to think of an example. Let's say you're like, I don't know, fiddling with some wires or something up here. You need to, I don't know, strip the wires, and then now you got to put them together because you don't have any wire cutters with you. Then you got to get your knife again. Now you got to twist them together. Like, you see where this would come in handy. So that's why I say on previous videos, if you want to put a lanyard on there, put a useful one. Don't put it on there for decoration, because this is you can see this is not decoration. I know it might look good to you, but it doesn't look that great to me. It looks just good enough for me to pull it out of my pocket. All I did, and I'm just going to show you now. Why not? This is a good video to do it, because this is a really, really nice knife. I can't remember what I paid. Very inexpensive. Very worth it. If you want to do this mod, or if you like the tip down, then you're all set. But this is how I do my lanyards. What I'll do is I'll wrap a cord, usually, and I did this today like twice, so I would say a good length of cord slash whatever you're using, leather, I would get it right under 3 feet. So if you're trying to save cord, I go right under 3 feet, maybe 30 inches. If you're looking for a number, 3 feet. So like right about 30 inches, cut that off. And then what you'll do is just put it around your wrist, like put it through the hole, obviously, and then put 2 of them around your wrist like this, and continue to have this, continue to have it dangling like that while you have both sides of the cordage. So then while you have it here around you, this is what I do anyways. I just make sure I go like this, and I don't make it any wider than like that. Like just wide enough so you can get in there. Like you don't want it too tight though, because then it's hard to get in there. But you want it kind of tight. You want it like kind of loose, but tight. Like you want it that much out. So whatever that is. So I just sit there and I'll tie like 2 knots in a row to start, and then I'll like take it like this and take it like this and go and make sure that first 2 knots is started, like, and it's not going anywhere. It's a lot of talking, but I want to explain how to do just an easy lanyard that, unless it's an easy lanyard if you just want to hurry up and get it over with. So what you'll do after those 2 knots is just you'll do another knot, squeeze, and then pull down here. Do another knot, squeeze, and then pull down here. keep repeating this over and over and over and over and over and over. And then you'll come to an end that has, and you can either just cut like you can cut two little things off and just let those two things hang off, which is fine, or you can burn them together and then, or like melt them together. If it's paracord, you can melt it together. If it's leather, don't do that. That's not an option. If it's leather, you'll just have two little ends sticking out, not a big deal. If it's shoestrings, I don't think you can melt those. I didn't try it, but I did do a paracord earlier with shoestring because it was the only one I had that would fit through the hole. I'll probably do a video on that. Like all of my knives that have a paracord on it, that that I gave the upgrade to, I guess you could say. I think I have like 5 or 6 now that I've done this to, like taken like a tip down and like changed it to what I wanted. But this is an excellent knife. It has a slight recurve in the blade. I mean, it really is nice. Man, did we get, so I've been talking this thing up. I don't think we got any measurements, so let's do that. Let's do that. I'm getting 8.25 with a, overall, with a 3.5 inch blade and cutting edge. Handle up to that point right there. The handle is 5.25. Let's get the, I don't think I got the calipers on this yet. Man, I got a headache, so it's hard for me to think when I got a headache. Or when I just found this out recently, when I'm in a room full of like about, I'd say 100 children and they're all screaming, woo, like at a pool and stuff. Oh my gosh, dude. I could barely think. I am not lying. Like I had trouble, like I just felt like there was something wrong with me. I can't even concentrate right now. Like that's how I felt. Oh, let me zero this out. All right, yeah, it's a little under 3, but almost 3 millimeters. And blade handle is 0.5. It really is a great knife though, if you're willing to do the mods and or if you just like the tip down. But I don't like the tip down, so that's why I did the necessary mods to make it mine. All mine, it's all mine now. You're all mine, I made you all better. That's kind of how I feel too. It's like, oh man, now I can actually take a little pride in you. You know, you're a little jacked up on this side, but that's all right. I just won't let too many people see that side. Let you see your show side, baby. Look at that show side. You're a sexy little devil. You're a sexy little devil. Yes, you are. No, you are. No, you are. Yep. Absolutely love this knife. Love the blade shape. Love the swedge. Love the holes. Some people don't like these type of knives, but man, anything Frost puts out, I am a total fan. They even have some some crazy fixed blades that I'm still a fan of. I'm like, dude, this just reminds me of like back in the day when I wasn't allowed to buy them. Yeah, this is a winner for sure. I'm probably going to do a versus video with this one. I know that this one is a little bit bigger, but they're both kind of, or maybe I'll just do maybe I'll do a lanyard video because that would be in there too to compare it to that. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I'll just do like all my pocket knives that have lanyards type video. I don't know what I'll call it, but something like that. All right, man. We got a nice little long one here, baby. You guys have a wonderful day.